And welcome to the Lone Star State and Houston, Texas. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this was once Clutch City. Now it's no doubt the land of threes.
Oh, Ed, do you smell that? There's some seasoning going on out there. There's going to be some cooking tonight.
It could be sizzling here this evening. Let's get ready for the opening tip. Jay, these two rosters as good as any assembled in the NBA over the last decade plus. And you can imagine the pace is going to be so critical in this one tonight.
Both teams lead the league in points per game. It will come down to which team can execute towards the end in the half court. But Ed, Kevin Wayne Durant is the difference maker. And let me tell you why. So many people have been talking about this is a different type of Kevin Durant. He's not the nice guy anymore. I like the fact that Kevin Durant has become somewhat defiant against authority. I like the fact that him and Draymond Green are two of the top 10 players in the league as far as technical fouls drawn. I like that nastiness. That could be the difference between this team winning the Western Conference Finals and winning the whole thing.
Thompson to the rim. Off the assist.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Capella to Paul. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Chris Paul at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 86% from the line. Missed the foul shot. Iguodala to bring it up. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. From the painted area, won't go down. Another follow, no good.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Paul matched up with Iguodala. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Chris Paul, veteran move. Well defended, still buries the three. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Down to 5 on the 24. Kevin Durant, 2 for 2. That's what you want. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Durant against Ennis. Short jumper off the mark.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
To Capella. Warriors have it. Jay, you know the Warriors love challenges. As they go for a three-peat, why not try and incorporate the personality and presence of a DeMarcus Cousins?
Well, if there's anybody up for the challenge, it will be a head coach who's had multiple years in dealing with one of the hottest players, when I mean personality, hottest players in the league, in Draymond Green, and that's Steve Kerr. And look, DeMarcus Cousins is going to come back on this team probably.
Flushes down the slam. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
To Durant. Short jumper off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Paul To P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from long range. Can't connect. It's no good. Draymond Green matched up with Paul. Knocked loose. Durant. To Green. Here comes the screen. Green. Shot clock winding down to Durant. Here's a chance from long range. Now that's a contest.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Paul matched up with Iguodala. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul to Harden. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Gets it in the right corner. Thompson to Green. Five to shoot for Golden State. Fires the 3. Off the iron. No good. Kevin Durant. 3 for 6 now. What more does this guy have to prove?
He has everything to prove because he's not trying to prove it to you behind the screen watching this game, playing this game. He's trying to prove it to himself, Kevin Durant, every day that he is the greatest to ever put on an NBA uniform.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
For Houston, number 7, Carmelo Anthony. 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Ball in the basket, but a shot won't go. Thompson to bring it into the front court. They're down 3. Shot from the lane won't go. Tucker defended by Kevin Durant. Knocked loose. Possession lies with Golden State. Durant. A pass taken away by the Rockets. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Livingston to Thompson. To Durant. The drive right to the basket. Kevin Durant, 4 out of 7.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Paul across the timeline. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down. Thompson to bring it into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Durant. Nothing going here on that drive. Durant. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Paul matched up with Livingston. To P.J. Tucker. Paul. To Harden. Rocking the rim. Shot clock coming down. He slams it down just before the buzzer.
Ed, if people at home could see me right now, my hands are on my head and I look stressed out. When the defense yells red, 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 you know that there are 5 seconds or less in the shot clock. You have to utilize the shot clock as your 6th defender to your advantage. Force a contested fadeaway, but you can't give up a dunk. Those are the deflating plays that absolutely destroy your momentum in a ballgame.
No stress, Jay. We have a long way to go. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
Here comes the screen. To Shaun Livingston. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Rockets have the ball.
Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967, was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem? All of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
Screen coming. Livingston takes on Eric Gordon. Warriors with 4 to shoot. The shot by Livingston, no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Golden State at the controls. Livingston. Jordan Bell with the dunk.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
The assist from number 10.
Now Paul with the basketball. Leads 5. To P.J. Tucker. Nene. To P.J. Tucker. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Short jumper stays out. Livingston to bring it up. 5-point game. Nothing going here on that drive. To Shaun Livingston. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Misses the first. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Rockets in control of the basketball. Screen coming.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Paul. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Paul. Smothering D. Cook to bring it into the front court. Trailing by 4. To Gerald Green. Gerald Green slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First try, no good. Missed the second one as well. Paul into the front court, up by 6. trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Green with the basketball. Up 6. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Warriors last year had to go on the road, win a Game 7 at Houston to take the West. Jay, you know Steve Kerr wants to see his team play better at home, make sure they get home court advantage.
Especially because this is the last year at Oracle Arena. And when you have a team that can play with a sense of urgency that is as talented as this Golden State Warriors team is, you better watch out. They slacked off last year. They were 29-12 at home. Now, that's a pretty amazing record at home, but let me tell you why they slacked off. The 3 years prior to that combined, they were 114-9. I think we're going to see that Golden State Warrior team from those years instead of the one from last year.
It's Paul for 2. Ooh, Chris Paul. Now 4 for 9.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Had a good look there, but it's no good.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Subbing in for the Rockets.
Has a chance. Cook shot won't go. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Iguodala to bring it up. 14-point deficit. To Thompson. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Paul up against Cook. To Gerald Green. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Warriors basketball. Thompson. Missed it. Surveys the floor. To Paul.
I got him.
Defensive 3-second violation for Golden State. For the Rockets. Chris Paul shooting 1.
Unable to connect on the free throw. Gerald Green. Paul. For 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Long heave from three-quarters court. That'll do it for the first half. It's been all Rockets.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Rockets certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaky. The Warriors did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Houston Rockets are ahead at the half, and a big reason has been their excellent rebounding. When you control the boards, you can control the game.
Player of the half.
Chris Paul did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Iguodala to bring it up. The deficit now up to 12. To Durant. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Damian Jones at the line. Can't connect on the first free throw. Oh, he missed on a pair. Draymond Green. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Green doesn't need to score to be effective. He's a more skilled Dennis Rodman of this generation. He's an undersized student of the game who can guard positions 1 through 5, a rarity even in today's style. Now let me tell you what he's gonna do. He's gonna disrupt your game plan and probably try to get under your skin. So stay composed and don't go for the bait.
Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. To Paul. Sizing up the defense. Driving right to the basket. Paul, short jumper, won't go down.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
To Durant. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Paul into the front court. The lead stands at 10. Here comes the screen. Harden, defended by Draymond Green. James Harden. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Thompson, that one off the mark. It's no good. Paul with it up top. Lead is 12. From the painted area, won't go down. Iguodala to bring it up. Looking to make something happen. Rockets have the steal. Paul to Harden. 4-3. And Durant there to claim the rebound. Green to Thompson. Beyond the arc for 3. Misfires. It's no good. Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season. But those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
Two for 2 on that trip. Paul across the timeline. His team leads it by 10. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul to Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Durant against Ennis. Thompson to Durant. Down to 5 on the 24 to Durant. From long range, that's a dangerous spot. Kevin Durant wide open. He nails it.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Paul against the KG veteran Iguodala. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul to Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I love watching these coaches' moments. The coach was literally saying, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. That's how you make coaches look like masterminds.
We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Into the game for the Golden State Warriors, number 10.
Rejected by Durant.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Iguodala to bring it up. His guys trail by 10. Houston with the basketball. Shot from the lane won't go. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
To the line, shooting 2.
Nope, first one does not go. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Durant across the timeline. His guys down 11. Screen coming. And the rebound by Tucker. Gordon with it. He'll run the offense. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He was all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Flat out, KD is unguardable. He's the most gifted scorer in the league, period. We saw that during the NBA Finals last year. He has that size and that length. He could take advantage of anybody and elevate it around the rim.
To Anthony. Screen coming. Anthony. To P.J. Tucker. Paul. And it's rebounded by Durant. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. The follow won't go either. The follow won't go either. There will be no shortage of shots for Carmelo Anthony in Mike D'Antoni's offense, Jay. Why is it a good fit for Melo in Houston?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, if there's one guy you need to trust, his name is Daryl Morey. And the Houston Rockets organization is a stat-driven culture. So he understands at this juncture where Carmelo Anthony is in his relationship to his career. Playing with two pass-first type PGs and James Harden and CP3, who averaged a combined 12.5, 13 assists last year, will open up the floor extensively for Carmelo to knock down those jump shots.
Gets a look, can't hit.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Durant picked up by Carmelo Anthony. The drive right to the basket. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Kevin Durant. He's got 2 shots coming. Career 88% from the line. First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. To Anthony. Paul. Brandon Knight, defended by Quinn Cook. Has a look. And the rebound taken by the Warriors. Durant with the basketball up top. The margin standing now at 7. Oh, he got there.
That's great hustle getting back on D.
Trying to cash in. Livingston's shot won't go. The quarter comes to an end with the Rockets in front. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the 4th quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the 4th quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the 4th.
Knocked loose. It's in the hands of Harden. James Harden. 4 out of 7.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Livingston, defended by Tucker. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Team foul number 1.
To Shaun Livingston. And Tucker with the rebound. Now Paul with the basketball. It's a 9-point lead. To Harden. Missed a wide open look. Livingston, guarded by CP3. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And he connects on the first free throw.
Subbing in for Houston, number 15, Clint Capella.
And he makes them both. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Down 11. Draymond Green matched up with P.J. Tucker. Here comes the screen. Green. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Harden to Paul. Harden, defended by Draymond Green. James Harden. With that, he's 5 for 9. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on you.
Count the basket inside.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Houston takes over.
I got him. Here we go.
Harden. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Livingston across the timeline. The deficit now up to 13. Here comes the screen. Quinn Cook, guarded by Clint Capella. To Thompson. Not that time. Green with the basketball. His team on top by 13. To Harden. Curling inside. He gets it. Sometimes it looks like he's not locked in, but think otherwise.
Let's be honest. Sometimes he is not locked in when the ball isn't in his hands. But do you need James Harden to be locked in 100% of the time? No, you need him to be locked in 95% when he has the ball in his hands. That's when something spectacular is going to happen offensively for your team.
Thompson, textbook defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. Down by 15. Has a chance? Yes, Klay Thompson. Now 3 for 9.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Number 33, James Ennis.
Paul, guarded by Livingston. To Harden. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul to Harden. Here comes the screen. Harden to Capella. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. His guys trail by 13. Livingston matched up with Paul. Goes to the left side. Thompson to Shaun Livingston. 5 to shoot for Golden State. To Thompson. Lets it fly from long range. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Rockets with 4 to shoot to P.J. Tucker. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
That's the first foul.
P.J. Tucker at the line for 2 shots. A career 74% free throw shooter. First try at the line, no good.
For the Golden State Warriors, number 4.
No good. Missed them both. It's Cook with the basketball. His guys currently down by 13. Another shot stays out.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Harden sizing up Draymond Green. To Paul. Here's a chance from long range. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Green. Quinn Cook, guarded by Clint Capella. Green. Fires the 3. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And it's Cook who grabs the rebound. Has a look. Add 2 points to the board.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Paul into the front court. The lead is 11. To Harden. Here's CP3. He buries it, creating space with the step back.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Klay Thompson here against Harden. That misses with 2 seconds to go. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets put one in the win column with a solid performance. They were very opportunistic on defense, and it earned them a bunch of steals. Those first turnovers made all of the difference. The Warriors couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Golden State Warriors.
Game Track. Steals. Player of the game.
Chris Paul gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.